Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It is a Coach's Corner here from the beautiful facility on the campus of Crestview High School. DJ Yoakley, joined by the athletic director in his second full year here with the Rebels, Mr. Casey Bogerd. Case, thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it. Always a pleasure to get to talk to you on or off the microphone. Dude, what are we sitting in right now? This is an absolute mecca for your student athletes.
Yeah, this place is awesome. We are actually sitting, and I don't think it's been mentioned yet, we are sitting in the Andres Belputnis Athletics Center. We're going to call it the B.
I love
There's
it.
going to be a sign up front here in a couple of months that'll say that. If you don't know Mr. B, as he's known in these parts, he's famous here. You know, I remember my first day I walked in, he was announcing senior night for the girls basketball game,
Legend.
and I'm like, I know that voice
Yep.
from the state track meet, you
Yep.
know. So, whatever it cost, he's already paid it. He's
Yeah.
been here 40-plus years as a teacher and athletic director. Not a better person around to name a facility after.
And that's special. And we talked about, community in a couple of the earlier interviews with Coach Perry and with Chris Klein. This is in Crestview. And you come from Boardman, Cheney, all these different places, inner school, public school. You come to Crestview, it's a different feel here. It just is. It's a community-based. Everybody cares about everything. They show up every Friday night, every basketball game, every volleyball game. For you, when you're building something like this, how much of that community aspect and input were you hoping to get?
Well, you mentioned community, and that's really the plans for this is I think this demonstrates our school district's commitment to athletic excellence to our community. You know, when you drive up and say, look what we did, this is how much we support our athletes here. And I think that's important because, yes, we're using it for our 7 through 12 athletics, but we're also, the plan is, we're going to have a couple batting cages in here. We're going to let community baseball in here.
Yep.
We're going to let a lot of our community teams, because if you watch the Little Rebels, they look exactly like the Big Rebels.
Yep.
They wear the same logo. They get a lot of community support too. So that's important to support our youth in what we're doing here, and I think that was part of the plan originally. So we're just, look around.
Yeah.
We're just excited about it. I think Chris talked about sneaking people in. I've done the same.
Yeah.
And everybody that walks in here, the wide eyes, and our little guys, I'm excited for them to be able to use the space too.
And you've got a younger son that's
I
going to
do.
be able to use the facilities. For you, when you closed your eyes when this thing was being built, did you see anything like this when you walked in for the first time?
Actually, yes. Dynamic Structures, who put this up for us, they were very thorough when they designed this place. And we all took a trip up to Bellevue. And that's this is like a model, a little bit smaller than Bellevue has. And theirs has been around since the early 2000s. But we kind of modeled this after their facility. Theirs is a little bit different in the way their weight room's down, not up on the mezzanine and things of that nature. But we kind of modeled it after them. So through the process, this is what it's going to look like. We changed this, we changed that. Dynamic was very, very involved and very supportive in making those changes happen for us. To see what you're sitting in now come to fruition is just, it is kind of what I imagined, and it's just, I'm so happy that it's done, almost done.
I bet. The planning process is the toughest part, right?
It is.
But you get here and you see what all your hard work and the hard work of the administration and Dynamic Structures, and it's absolutely beautiful. I mean, this is like Disney World for student athletes. So congratulations on that. One of the things I also want to congratulate you on is whether it's the football field, the soccer field, the volleyball court, everybody in Crestview seems to be getting it done right now.
They do.
Talk to me about, the feeling around the school, the buzz around the school in the first couple weeks of it, of what's going on, what's happening inside the Rebel locker rooms.
Well, I think, again, it goes back to our community expectations of, we have fabulous coaches here.
Yeah.
And you talk about the community aspect. I went to high school in Comstock Park, Michigan, and I'll give you $1 if you can show me where that is on a map. But very similar to this community. Now, 23 years in Youngstown City School, that's a bigger district. It's a little bit different. But in these types of communities, it's great because everybody knows everybody.
Yep.
We're dealing with generational athletes. A lot of the parents and even grandparents show up, and they played here, which is exciting. So the expectations are already there.
Yeah.
The kids know what to expect because they hear dad or grandpa or mom or grandma talk about how their teams were good when they played for Crestview. And I think that trickle-down effect just happens, with our kids.
Yeah.
They want to be good too, and we've got a volleyball coach, Alicia Auer, coming up on her 400th career win,
Yep.
which is amazing.
Yeah.
I think our volleyball team is ranked second in the state right now in Division 5. Which is great. We've had a lot of success in football, a lot of success in girls basketball. Our boys soccer team is doing great right now. Some of the other programs, we have a girls golf team now, which is really exciting.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, it's exciting because our school board and our administration, they're willing to take chances on our kids. We just decided to let our kids in for free this year, which is a big thing.
That was awesome.
Yeah, I think some of the other schools have kind of followed suit, which is, again, we have a very forward-thinking school board that is very supportive of this effort, of that effort across the football field. We kind of have construction going on everywhere right now, but in 3 or 4 years when all this is done, I mean, you've got the pond up there, you've got baseball, softball over there, you've got football over here, soccer over there. I mean, is there a better place to be than Crestview? I don't think there is.
So I guess that begs the question: what's next? What's the next thing? And once this chapter's closed, what's next for you?
I'm excited for me, I just moved into the new office out here.
Yeah.
So to finally sit, this is my 24th year in public education, to finally sit in a seat that no one else has sat in is exciting for me.
Yeah.
And I think as we get over into that building, just the opportunities that we can offer our student athletes and our community in general are very exciting for me. There's some things that I'm interested in, maybe adding an athletic hall of fame, something like that we haven't done here in the past. There's some little things. I think the main work when this building over there is done will be completed, but we always want to try to fall forward and do better tomorrow than we did today. And I think, I don't have any big projects, but little things here and there, and some of it is just continuing what we're doing already. Because like I said, our coaches work really hard. I said at our Meet the Team night, I'm so excited for our community to see all the hard work that our kids and our coaches have done over since the finish of last season come to fruition. And I'm just, every Friday nights where I'm a football guy.
Yeah.
I've learned to be a soccer guy.
Boy.
I've learned I'm also a cheerleading guy. I'm a volleyball guy. It's easy to support our coaches when you see the hard work that they're putting in. And the same can be said for our student athletes.
All right, for you, what is the biggest pleasant surprise since you came into Crestview? Because this is a job that not everybody's going to want, an athletic director job just in the state right now after COVID and everything. You guys have it tough. And ladies, by the way, you all have it tough. Not a job that I would want by any means. For you, what was the biggest pleasant surprise of coming in to be part of Rebel Nation?
Well, two things for me. We open enrolled my son here last year when I came in, and it's important for me. My guy Jagger, I get the long car rides from Boardman here every morning and the long car ride home to decompress a little bit with him. That's great because that time, as a father, you're never going to get that time back. He's 10 years old right now. That's huge. For me, and I know this is going to sound like propaganda because he signs my paychecks, but Dan Hill, now I've worked for a lot of superintendents, okay? I have never seen a superintendent shagging soccer balls during a soccer game. And he's our guy out there running down the side. Now he's getting older, so it's slowing down a little bit. But for me, you're not going to find a harder worker guy than him. And for me, just when your leadership is that, it's very hard to not work as hard as you possibly can for someone like that. That is a pleasant surprise because I'm not used to that.
Yeah. Case, thank you so much for stopping by.
Steve.
We appreciate you.
Buddy.
We'll be back right after this on YSN.